At Jolimont, the MCG was back in action for the first time in 3 weeks as the Demons tried to arrest their slump as they played host to Sydney. The Swans, however, were on a high, winning their last 3 games. All the day's highlights on Saturday Night Replay. And after a very windy Saturday, good evening everyone and welcome to Saturday Night Replay. From round 20 today, the big clash at VFL Park between Collingwood and Fitzroy, while from the cricket ground, Melbourne versus the Sydney Swans. The MCG was in use for the first time in some 3 weeks this afternoon as Melbourne clashed with the Sydney Swans. The Demons, losing their last 3, made 2 changes to their selected lineup, Hughes and Bennett out for Yates and Bailey. Sydney, by contrast, had won its last 3 and subsequently, at least on a mathematical table, had a very rough chance for the final 5. In the commentary box at the cricket ground this afternoon, Drew Morfett, Peter McKenna and Bernie Quinlan.
And umpire Howard about to bounce it to start the third quarter. 4 points the difference. Sydney Swans lead. They were the better side in the first half. Interesting to see if Melbourne can really mount a few attacks. There's O'Dwyer with a long hand pass. Neagle trips over. Play on, calls the umpire. Flint off a quick hand pass. Wilson dragged off the ball. He thought it was a free kick. Umpire didn't think so as players charge in after it at half-court. A quick hand pass comes across. I think it was Bailey having a shot. And it's a goal.
It's good play by Melbourne. O'Dwyer's done particularly well in the ruck. He's been getting the ball out, giving the Melbourne smaller players a chance. Here's the lead up. A couple of free kicks were let go. And eventually Viney kicking that goal from Melbourne. So this is a good start by Melbourne. A very important quarter.
And Brian Wilson getting treatment there for a leg injury. He fired out the hand pass to Viney. Good start for the Demons, and there's been another change in the lead. Filan looked like a throw over his head, and this comes to the youngster Wheeler. He's kicked a full forward, bounces for CO. Trouble here for Melbourne. Oh, well played Murphy to shrug the tackle. On his own in the goal square, Mackenzie. Oh, but the gap was closed by CO. Helped by Phoebe, and rushed through for a behind. It looked all over bar the shouting there from Melbourne.
Well, he wasn't helped there, Mackenzie, by that kick from Murphy. It was good thinking of Murphy, but he just popped the ball up too high, and it just gave CO the chance to get back there.
Britter's gone short to Greg Healy. Healy wide. Oh, good mark. Taken by Tony Campbell. Campbell wide. He's got 2 men to kick it to. One is Yates. The other is Todd Viney, who kicked that last goal. Beautifully played Flintoff. He's been a good player. Onto the left kick. Up to Spalding, and Spalding's taken a top mark. Well, Spalding back in the side after many weeks' absence. Will kick from about 45 metres. It's a floating drop punt up to the square. Steins and Barling. And Barling has taken a good strong mark in that last line of defence. 1 point the difference. The Demons lead. Good start to them this quarter. That goal by Viney. Tim Barling, formerly of Richmond, a couple of, was it 2 years out, Bernie?
4.
4 years.
4 years, was it?
2 knee reconstructions.
4 years, 2 knee reconstructions. Great effort by Barling.
Was that touched out? Oh, wasn't a kick in, so it's a boundary throw in. Inside the 50, about 40 metres from goal. Barling and O'Dwyer. Barling wrestles him to the ground. Whistle's gone. Free kick to O'Dwyer within kicking distance. Barling saying he had me by the jumper. Did you pick that one out?
Oh, I don't think so, Tim. Let's have a look at he just grabs a jumper and slings him. I don't think he's got much to complain about there.
So Steve O'Dwyer can stretch Melbourne's lead. Won't do it. Goal square. Well, Steins didn't even get a touch. And the ball's gone through for a behind. Melbourne by 2 points.
Jimmy holding his stomach there. He might have copped one in the goal square and having a go at the umpire as well.
And that Irish brogue. Well, there's the best man on the ground in the first half. Neagle going wide. Almost a mark to Williams, who was pretty quiet first half. Certainly by his standards. It's at half forward for Melbourne. Started off this quarter very well. O'Dwyer down the ground to Flintoff. Now it's with Rode, a quick kick. Todd Viney. Healy shuffles it out. Bailey's in after it. Barry Mitchell's brought to ground, didn't have it. Williams cleverly. Neagle's lost it. Knocked out of his hands. Here's a chance for Sean White. Lovely smother that by Bays, though. Kicked off the ground by O'Dwyer. Taken by Carter. Oh, a bit of sidestepping by Rod Carter. Finds Barling. Barling to Bays, and they got out of defence pretty easily then, the Swans, towards centre wing. A good mark taken by Graham Yates.
Yates, who started the match on the interchange bench, across to Connolly. His kick very wide. Got a good mark to Viney, just forward of the wing. He centres to Flintoff. And David Flintoff has done some excellent things at the base of packs. He's delivered some magnificent handballs. Out wide to the pocket. Spalding. Well, he got there all right, but I don't like his chances of kicking the goal from that position. He runs around to improve the angle. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. Was it touched on the line? No.
Well, the Demons lead by 8 points. Earl Spalding, a great goal on the left foot, but he is a very good left foot kick. There's Barling. Over to Mitchell. Let's see if the Swans can score a goal. No, oh, mark is dropped down there by Grinter. That allows Tui to hook it back, and the mark has been taken by Mackesy. So a bad miss by Rod Grinter. And could be very costly. Darren Mackesy is a greatly improved player this year. 6 kicks, 4 marks and 2 handballs. He had a great battle with Danny Seo. Honours pretty even. Mackesy from directly in front kicks and has missed a shocker. So they could have really done with that one. 49 plays 42 and 5-12 from 17 scoring shots is not good forward work.
Gee, when forwards miss kicks like that for goal, you wonder whether they're destined to win this game. With Fripp outnumbered 3-1. Lovett's hand pass is intercepted. There was a push in the back there, and Brett Lovett will get the free kick. Half-back flank for the Demons. He takes it quickly, centres the ball to centre half-back, and the mark to Yates. Williams made sure he didn't go too far. Yates further across the ground. Trouble. Campbell couldn't take the mark. He was under pressure from Neagle. It spills to Wheeler. Long kick to full forward, but nobody there. Grinter, last man in defence.
That is shocking forward play by the Swans, honestly. Grinter, no man down within 50 metres of goal, which is bad play. Here's Bailey. This could be costly to the Swans as Bailey comes away and goes wide. Punched away from Flintoff by Ian Roberts, but Bernie, not one Swan forward within 50 metres of goal.
Well, they're not looking either, the players up the field. On a number of occasions, they grab the ball and just blaze away. And a couple of times there's been 4 Melbourne defenders there and not a Sydney forward player anywhere to be seen.
O'Dwyer to Flintoff. And he's dodged and weaved brilliantly today, Flintoff. And look at that kick to Healy. On the 50-metre line, Greg Healy. Centres. Wilson at the back. And he put the foot right in the middle of Bays, but didn't stop Bays taking the mark.
Courageous mark by Bays. Over to Fireland. Fireland wide, looking for Thripp. And he's found him, but he didn't hold the mark. And the umpire found a free kick for too high. And Terry Thripp. He's at half-back. 2-on-1 here. And Dennis Carroll. He's been fairly quiet, Bernie.
Yeah, it's a very quiet day, Carroll. In fact, he's only had 5 kicks and 3 handballs.
Well, Brett Lovett's picking him up. So he's done a fine job, as he normally does. Well, he's a state player. There's O'Dwyer. Bailey trying to tap it out of the pack. And in come the players to pounce on it. And umpire Chris Mitchell will bounce on centre wing. 7 points the difference. Melbourne in front.
Melbourne have the only 2 goals of this quarter. Barling to Williams, off the ground by Higgins, and out of bounds right in the middle of the interchange gate. O'Dwyer and Barling continue their battle. O'Dwyer goes in pretty hard. Phoebe out of a congested pack. High towards half forward. Steins. Viney a chance, bumped off it beautifully by Neagle. Campbell charged at it but missed it. Wheeler breaks the tackle. And Wheeler's kick wide, and for the second time this quarter he blazed away and straight to the opposition. Yates.
Yes, there was 2-on-1 there. Two Swans had two, but the Melbourne man got it. And this is Viney. Todd Viney towards half forward. Rod Carter over the back. Good hand pass. Finds Roberts. Over to Mitchell. Oh, he ran a long way. Oh, lucky there, Barry Mitchell. Towards half forward. Again, they're falling down. Up forward, and the mark has been taken by Connolly, who immediately gives it across to Graham Yates.
Mark not paid. Free kick is to Neagle. Game still up for grabs. Melbourne leading by 7 points. Phoebe knocks it forward, but he pushed his opponent out, said the umpire. Another Swans free kick. Barry Mitchell retrieves it from the gutter for Terry Thripp. Thripp, son of a former Collingwood player, recruited from the Sydney competition, Pennant Hills. Up to half forward, O'Dwyer. It was his all the way.
Again, the forward line. Just no movement up there.
O'Dwyer's gone short. He's got a loose man there in Road. Oh, Road, that's good play to come across the ground to open up play. Steins. Oh, they're going to lose this. As this is Higgins, 3-on-1 contest here. It's shuffled out to Greg Williams. He ducks back into the play. Oh, ordinary hand pass that time, but it'll come off. The short kick comes from Higgins to Bays. Mark Bays. Beautiful long kick up towards the forward line, and it's a mark. Been taken up there by Mackesy.
Well, she's done reasonably well, Mackesy. Taken 5 marks, had 7 kicks. For the opportunities he's had, it's been a good battle between those two, CO and Mackesy.
Just a gentle little nudge, not worth a free kick, but good play, good use of the body by Mackesy. Missed a sitter a moment ago. He's directly in front, he kicks, it floats, and it's a goal to the Swans.
John Northey's made a change on Mackesy, with CO leaving the ground, replaced by Glenn Lovett. Back in the centre, Road punches it forward. Bolton, hand pass wide for Williams, who taps. Kellett, good hand pass to Mitchell. His hand pass behind Higgins. Glenn Lovett just back in the fray, applies the tackle, and holding the ball is Higgins.
But he tried to tap it.
Yes, that one was red hot. I think the ball was trapped under Higgins.
Kicked by Lovett to centre wing. Viney, spoiled by Neagle, ball out of play.
They're red hot on that, but still the players know now that you just can't even look like you're lying on top of the ball. It'll go against you. It's on centre wing. Point the difference. Melbourne lead. A good hard contest. This Steve Wright's caught with the ball. The umpire said it was held to him. Centre wing, umpire Chris Mitchell speaking to Peter Road. He's done a fine job on Williams, but you'll have to keep concentrating because Williams can cut you to pieces in a quarter. Barling tapping it wide. There's Greg Williams now. Clever little tap on to Bolton, who was out and then put the ball in, and then it went out again. So the umpire will throw it in on centre wing.
He put it under his wrong arm. Steins wins. Williams sharks it, finds Neagle. Took a bit too long to get rid of it. Barling couldn't take the mark. Brett Bailey's back there for Melbourne. Higgins with courage. Didn't know what was coming. Took a good mark. Out to Neagle for his umpteenth possession. Playing a top game, Merv Neagle. To centre half forward. Tui's there, but a good mark in defence by Connolly.
Top mark, Chris Connolly, and he's gone backwards to Lovett. Lovett wide, looking for Stretch, who has been pretty quiet. Taps it on to Tony Campbell. There's Kellett, good defensive play to head for the boundary line. Again on centre wing, it'll be a throw-in. Scores show 1 point the difference. Anyone's game this. Melbourne lead at the moment, but the Swans certainly have been the better side on the day. Steins against Barling. Punched away by Steins. Grabbed by Road. Looking for Campbell. Campbell taps it over his head. Oh, good strong play by Viney. Terrific play, Viney. Onto the left foot, looking for Spalding. Neagle to Filan. He tries to tap it on. There's Stephen Wright crashing his way in. Oh, bad hand pass. Allows Stretch to give it across. Here's a chance for Healy, an open goal. Greg Healy has put it through.
Bounce favours Steins, and he wins the tap, but Melbourne lose it. Wright caught in a tackle by Stretch, holding a ball. Free kick to Stephen Stretch. So things going Melbourne's way at the moment. Free kicks are 18-17 in favour of the Swans. They've evened up a lot since the first quarter. Not a great kick by Stretch, but it was a great mark by Steins. Jim Steins, who came to Australia with the experience of kicking the round ball in Gaelic football, and he's made a magnificent adjustment to the Australian game. Will he be able to kick this from 50 metres? A bit worried about the distance. Not a bad effort, won't quite make it. And rushed through for a behind onto the goalpost. So Melbourne's lead is stretched now to 9 points. 8 points.
Merv Neagle to bring the ball back into play. Still 10.5 minutes of play left in this third quarter as Neagle goes wide. 2-on-1. And Connolly is one of the two for Melbourne. Takes a good mark over to Lovett. They've certainly picked up their game, Melbourne, as that long kick comes towards full forward. Markers dropped down there by Barling. Filan gets it across to Neagle. Over the top it goes to Ian Roberts. Now he can have a few bounces. He's only got a big man chasing him. 2 bounces. Goes wide. Bays. Oh, couldn't quite take the mark. Phoebe in after. Good play by Phoebe to tap it on. Back it comes towards Bolton for the Swans. Bolton to Bays. Bays will swing onto the left foot. He looks for Tui. Oh, but he's got a teammate there to help him out in Mackesy. But it might be a free kick to Tui. Or is it the mark? No, he's paying the mark to Mackesy. So that's a good, strong mark by Darren Mackesy. I've said right throughout the game, a greatly improved player. He's going for his second goal from directly in front. No doubt about it, it's a goal.
Mackesy's second.
Ball up and the Swans bring it out. Once again through Neagle. Long to full forward. Good mark by Grinter in front of Tui.
Bays has been moved up onto that forward line.
Mitchell was desperately trying to get out of the way there. Grinter's kick is very high to the wing. Oh, good mark to Steins. He's second in a couple of minutes. Feeds off the hand pass well to Rowe. Bit too slick for Flintoff, but he gets right in a tackle. Holding the ball is Stevie Wright.
And grabbed by the leg also, Steve Wright.
He finished the tackle with a leg, didn't he?
I think the original tackle was good, but eventually legged him, and the umpire paid it for the first one. Oh, tapped over the top. That was by Spalding, taken away by Carroll, who's now in defence. Wheeler at centre wing. Yates read that beautifully, Graham Yates, and now he hooks it back towards half forward. Kellett and O'Dwyer, and O'Dwyer too tall. From half forward, he's gone for the short one, and he's found his target, and that's Tony Campbell.
The 2 Melbourne big men taking over in this quarter. Jim Steins has taken a few good, strong, high marks, and O'Dwyer, who has been winning the battle in the ruck as well.
Well, the Melbourne supporters have a love-hate relationship with this player, Tony Campbell. They love him when he's firing. Let's see if he can whack it through. He kicks. Yes, he's put it through for a goal.
And Sydney obviously worried because they've made a couple of changes. Bays to the forward line. And Dennis Carroll, who has been very quiet, is now playing in defence. And as I said, the 2 big Melbourne players, Steve O'Dwyer and Jimmy Steins, have taken over in this third quarter. Steins with some very good, strong, high marks. And they're well on top of Tim Barling.
They might have to give Barling a rest and bring Parsons on for a go at them, Bernie.
Yes, there could be a go too.
Well, it's been a big marking quarter for Melbourne. They now lead 60-39 in marks around the ground. Williams, great hand pass, but fumbled by Bolton. Bolton good enough. Back to Neagle, who's knocked up getting the ball. Mackesy again, but White spoils this time. There's Bays on the forward line, but Grinter does well to force the ball up on the 50-metre line.
Is that holding on to it?
Well,
I
it is.
wonder.
It is, but when it's trapped under the player like that, it makes it very difficult.
It's a tough umpiring decision to give that one. But they've been red hot on it today. Now here's Barry Mitchell at half forward, hooking it back to the pocket. Now did that bounce before the line? It did. So it'll be a throw in.
Just getting back to that free kick decision there, Peter. All the player standing over Grinter there had to do was grab his Guernsey
Instead of jumping on top of him.
Exactly.
Steins at the back, taps it. Oh, that was well done to Bailey. Bailey around the outer wing. Oh, bad bounce. Might eventually favour Melbourne. No, Carroll comes in. He looks a better player in defence, Dennis Carroll. Here's Merv Neagle again. Shuffles it out quickly now. Was he interfered with? The umpire said he threw it. Oh, a bit stiff there. There's Yates. This is Graham. Now, that was a bit stiff.
That's amazing, yes.
Well, there's Yates towards half forward. A chance for the high flyers over the back of the pack. This is Flintoff, an open goal. David Flintoff kicks. And he's missed a sitter. It would have made it hard for the Swans. He's kicked 4 behinds.
There's
David Flintoff.
3 in that first quarter, Peter, and now 1 in the third quarter.
That's been the only area that's let him down. He's played superbly around the ground. No good in front of goals. Neagle kicks in, looking for Higgins. Finds him at half-back. Margin 9 points in favour of Melbourne, who trailed coming into this quarter. Wheeler takes a mark.
Looks all right.
Recruited from Parramatta, he's probably the first black American ever to play VFL football. Good mark to Steins, who's had a big quarter. But Wheeler used to go to training with the Swans on a skateboard. Well, Steins was playing on and was caught in the tackle, and it's come unstuck here for Melbourne, but he's helped out by Brett Lovett. Healy fires away a quick hand pass to Campbell. Wheeler, good tackle. Not rewarded, but he finishes up with the ball. He's kicked wide towards the pocket. Mackenzie behind, and that ball hurries out of bounds.
Yes, Steins mucked around with that ball. It was nearly costly, Bernie.
Yes, first mistake he's made for a while. He's played a top quarter, Jimmy Steins, one of only 2 Melbourne players who have played in every game, the other one being Brett Lovett.
Well, he's had a fine season. Steins, just over 5 minutes of play left. He's in this quarter. Here's Steve Wright. Well, he gets away very easily. Now, Grinter goes back, and is that 50 metres? Grinter tried to tell the umpire it was. And a wry grin on the face of Bernard Toohey. Umpire giving the player the benefit, probably not realising he'd blown the whistle, but he got that mark a little bit too easily then. The forwards didn't come in hard enough at him. Centre wing, good mark to Barling. He's gone wide, looking for Callett. Callett should kick long here. He does. Sets up Mackesy in front. Sean White at the back had his name written all over it.
Well, they probably needed somebody to jump all over Mackesy, who's taken a couple of marks for a couple of goals this quarter. Steins at centre half-back. Goes long over the wing. Wilson. Oh, no, it's Glenn Lovett. A great mark. He's left-footed a full forward. This is Wilson. Down to ground he goes. Carter. Dodges and weaves. Puts the hand pass wide for Neagle. A further hand pass to Filand. He's almost marked by Mitchell on his back. Oh, this hand passes.
Oh, Greg Williams.
And Williams is reported again. Out comes the book again for Greg Williams. He's already done 5 weeks, and he has a suspended sentence of 3 hanging over his head. Can't say any more than that.
Well, a bit of frustration there creeping in. Greg Williams has been well tagged today by Peter Rode. And it was a slightly late tackle, if we can call it a tackle. And the umpire, I think, entitled to pull the book out, but let the tribunal sort it out.
Bailey towards half forward. There's Williams. Was brought to ground. Melbourne have really lifted their work rate. The quick kickers by Viney to Spalding in front of the Melbourne goal. That was Flintoff and Spalding, and a strong tackle made on Spalding, and the umpire will come in and bounce. 9 points the difference. Melbourne lead. It's still anyone's game, but Really, the Swans just haven't had that forward to nail Melbourne. Melbourne have played a great third quarter.
Well, Greg Williams, Brownlow medalist in '86. Things had come unstuck for him in 1989. Wright goes for the boundary line. Pretty deliberate that. Umpire calls for the throw-in.
Mitchell limping rather badly, going up onto that forward line, so that's another bad blow to the Swans.
Carter in ruck, beats O'Dwyer, finds Higgins, who gains about 20 metres, and the ball out of play. Melbourne lead, 9 points is the margin. There's never been very much in it. Under 3 minutes left to three-quarter time.
Still anyone's game. Higgins and Healy were having a bit of dust up behind the play too. Now there's Ian Roberts over to Barling. Tim Barling around the boundary line. Conley couldn't take it. Here's Greg Williams. He'll get a few hoots here. He hand passed to Toohey. Good play by Williams. Toohey centres it to half forward. Good thinking. Wheeler over the back. Here's Barry Mitchell. He's injured, but he's still going to have a shot at goal as he hooks it around. It bounces back. Oh, don't tell me. Here's Wheeler. Is that a free kick? Yes. Oh, what about that kick? It did an about turn. And Sean White said he ducked his head, as you can see.
Well, he did too. I agree.
But there's Matthew Wheeler. Let's have a look at it.
Wheeler.
Down went the head.
He went to ground when he knew he was about to be tackled.
Did he ever? Now he should really run out. There he is, Matthew Wheeler. As Drew said, the first black American probably to play league football. I'd say certainly, but there he is from the pocket. He should run out a little bit and hook it in. He kicks. And he's goal.
And young Matthew Wheeler, a 19-year-old, in just his second game of league football, gets his first ever goal. And he's brought the Swans to within 3 points. Chance here for Stretch, who got to the back of the pack. Approaches 50, skirts around Kellett. Pokes it up towards the goal square. Wilson and Healy both there. Oh, Healy goes to ground, and Roberts is able to get there for the Swans. Finds Higgins with the hand pass, and Higgins, good kick out of defence. Fripp at halfback.
I wouldn't mind betting, after being reported, that Greg Williams starts to really fire now. And that's certainly not what Melbourne wants. It's in front of their members stand, and they've been very vocal all day. They're looking for, they don't want their fourth loss in a row. That was Flintoff. He's been an excellent player. 3 points the difference. And Melbourne lead, just over a minute of play left. There's O'Dwyer off the ground. Back it comes towards Mitchell. Over goes to Higgins. Back to Thripp. Oh, Thripp wasn't sure where to go. He gives it to Mitchell. Should have a bounce here. Or ran a long way again towards half-forward. Mackesy gives away a free. No, he doesn't. It looked like a free kick. There's Mackesy shuffling it out again. Sean White to Grinter. Grinter over the top. Oh, Conley. Oh, I thought he was going to be unloaded then. Here's Terry Thripp. Danger as Thripp brings it in front of goal for the Swans. Punched through by Yates. Desperation. And 2 points now, the difference in favour of Melbourne.
He had the chance to pop it over there to Mark Bays, who was unattended.
21 seconds left in the quarter. Yates kicks in. O'Dwyer thumps to the back. Bit of a fumble there by Healy. Well done by Barling. Williams. Time left if they can take a mark. Mackesy from behind. It's thumped down the front by Yates. Comes to Brett Bailey. His kick out of trouble, and that'll be it for the quarter, I'd say. Roberts. Caught in the tackle, but it's three-quarter time, and it's a 2-point lead to Melbourne. So at the first 3 changes, there's never been more than a kick in it. The Swans led by a point at quarter time, 4 points at half time. Melbourne overtook them in that quarter and lead by 2, 9-9 to 8-13. In that quarter, Melbourne kicked 4 goals 3 to the Sydney Swans 3 goals 3. Melbourne came from behind to lead it by 2 points at the last change. Leading goal kickers, Mackesy got 2 both in that quarter. Toohey and Mitchell also both 2 for the Sydney Swans. And for Melbourne, Spalding and Wilson have 2, as well as Greg Healy. Final quarter about to get underway, and 4 premiership points up for grabs. And if Melbourne lose, it's possible that they could go out of the finals. And if the Swans win, it's just vaguely possible they could make it yet. So all to play for in this last quarter.
A big quarter of football coming up here at the MCG. 2 points the difference. The Demons lead the Sydney Swans. Been a good, hard, tough game right from the start. First whistle. This is young Matthew Wheeler receiving from Mitchell then. Oh, nice long kick too, right up in front of goal. Mackesy and Sean White are the flyers. It's tapped back to Viney. Viney's gone wide. He's looking out there for Bailey. Bailey takes the mark in front of Higgins. This is Brett Bailey. A late inclusion in the side. Denny Hughes didn't play, and neither did Bennett, the full forward. Up to half forward. Tapped on by Steins was good play. Spalding moves it on with a quick hand pass to Campbell. Campbell looking for Yates. He's caught. Spalding, a quick hand pass, went straight to Barling, and the Swans will get out of trouble through Rod Carter.
Greg Williams leads the race. Road has never been far away. Williams being booed every time he gets near it after that report. It comes to Bays. Bays back looking for Williams. Rhodes got him again. Possibly before the ball came out. There's no whistle on it, and it'll be a ball up.
Gee, they pounce Bernie on Greg Williams quickly, don't they?
Well, they know he's such a dangerous player. They're so keen to cut him out of the game.
His stats today, 4 kicks, 11 handballs. He's kicked the ball just 4 times. Goes Melbourne's way. Healy. He could have put that down the tackle. Higgins, the hand pass back to Neagle. Fight on behind play. Neagle across to Carroll. Carroll's kick inside half forward. Mackesy underneath the ball. Chance for Thripp, though. The fight still going on centre wing. Terry Thripp round onto the left boot, but his kick is astray. In front of goals, though, Wheeler. He's knocked over by Lovett. Lovett does well to paddle the ball to Yates. Yates going defensively.
Graham Yates has found his captain, Greg Healy. He's at half-back flank. Now, he tried to chip it. He saw out of the corner of his eye, Todd Viney tried to chip it, but didn't get the right roll on the drop punt. Bernie?
No, he tried to kick that one around the corner and just didn't drop it on the boot correctly.
Well, it's on centre wing. It's been a very entertaining game, this one. Not a lot of goals scored, but it's been tough and hard. Mitchell. Oh, good play by Mitchell. Over to Higgins. Now it's with Greg Williams getting the hoops of the Melbourne supporters. He sets it up for his forward. Steve Wright in front of the pack. Good play by Sean White as he goes wide, but Terry Thripp, oh, he gets a bad bounce. Phoebe off the ground. Stephen Wright after him, and well, a bit of desperation stakes at the beginning of this last quarter. I think we're in for a great final quarter here at the MCG.
It's a worry for the Sydney Swans when Steve Wright has to do the contesting at the high marking up on that forward line.
Well, if the Swans win it, they can be just 1 game out of the 5 with 2 rounds to play. Melbourne, even if they lose, will still be 4th, but no certainties to make the finals. Bolton across to Mitchell. High to full forward. Mackesy outmarked by White, who jumped from behind. A change from the Melbourne bench with Bailey going off, replaced by Tingay. Long kick by White. It comes to the back of the pack, but Kellett first back there. A chase on with Glenn Lovett. Or Kellett's kicked it out on the full. And it'll be a free kick to Lovett.
I think it was a bump ball.
Oh. Okay, a throw in.
Well, it's on centre wing with 2 points the difference. Melbourne leading. Barling has rucked nearly all day. Parsons is on the bench. There's Glenn Lovett crashing his way through. A quick hand pass towards half forward. Strong play by Dennis Carroll. Now, that is not holding the ball. Good umpiring decision, because the ball was caught down between his legs. So it will be a bounce at half forward. 9-9 plays 8-13. Steins against Barling. Steins tapping it down. There's Mitchell or Carroll, and a throw, another throw paid against the Swans. So free kick will go to Jimmy Steins.
Free kicks now 20-19 in favour of Melbourne. 21-19. Here's a chance for Wilson just outside 50. Kick smothered by Neagle, best on ground. Neagle threads through an excellent hand pass to Carroll. Carroll further afield to Mitchell. Mitchell straight up the ground, past Williams, on the bounce to Tui. Tui on the turn. High kick. Mackesy right in front. Well, White beat him last time, but Mackesy squared the ledger that time.
Yes, I think Sean White there Thinking maybe again that he could go for the high fly from behind, and the ball dropping short around the corner there from Tui. Mackesy slipping away to take a very easy chest mark.
7 marks. 10th kick coming up, and he's going for goal number 3, which he gets.
Well, Darren Mackesy, a great improver in VFL football. He has had Danny Seo moved off him. Sean White taken from the forward line down to him. Seo off the ground, in fact. O'Dwyer trying to tap it down. Road will lose it to Callett. Oh, the Swans looking dangerous. Callett down towards Tui, has probably been really the best forward on the ground. Tui got good play, Bernard Tui. He kept chasing right out to the half-forward line. He's a great contester.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Peter. He gives him a bit of a target on that forward line.
Throw in. O'Dwyer to Healy. Off the ground by Lovett, but Healy will take a free kick for a push in the back. So the Swans have hit the front after Mackesy's goal. They lead by 4 points, so we've had many changes of the lead here today in a game where there's hardly been any more than a kick between them. Low scoring, tight contest. Healy's kick to centre wing. Steins and O'Dwyer both there, neither could mark, and the ball goes out in the interchange gate.
Right on centre wing, Swans by 4 points at the moment. A vital game for them in particular. Well, vital for Melbourne also, but more so the Swans, I would think, if they've got any chance. There's Glenn Lovett smothered off his boot. This is Higgins, brought the ground from behind, and that's in the back. And the umpire had no doubt about that one. This is Higgins from centre wing, has gone wide. Matthew Wheeler shoved out of it by Campbell. It was fair, hip and shoulder. Good play by Campbell. This is Graham Yates, short to Steins, and Steins gets a clip across the ear for his trouble and gets up with a big grin on his face. The little man Higgins taking on the big man there in Steins. Steins to half forward. Neagle in front. Oh, nearly a good mark. Couldn't quite take it. Mitchell. Spalding. Oh, trapped that beautifully. Spalding. Over to Wilson. Now it's Greg Williams and Filan. Strong work by Wilson. Here's a hand pass coming out the road from 50 metres. Oh, no, umpire. You are not going to pay that, but it's gone through anyway for a goal, I think. He's going to pay a hip and shoulder and down the ground. But it might be a goal anyway. Yes, it is.
Yes, the goal stands, but the umpire would have given Road another kick. I don't think there was a lot in it. But it doesn't matter. Melbourne back in front. Desperate last quarter. Let's have a look at that bump again.
Oh.
Well, Barling couldn't stop there. There's no doubt about that.
Well, it would have been paid, but it didn't matter.
A great goal eventually.
Beautiful kick, 50 metres. Oh. Drop punt.
In a tight game, that could nearly be a match winner. Peter Rhodes' goal. Steins wins the tap. Wright will take a free kick. Grabbed when he didn't have the ball. Melbourne by 2 points. Kicked by Stevie Wright. Connolly goes the punch. Wilson in front. Mitchell spills to Tingay. Back he goes to Grinter. Grinter's kick to half forward. Healy drops the mark. Spalding does well. Puts the hand pass out wide. Too wide for Viney, but he's got plenty of time. Left footer by Viney. O'Dwyer down there. Couldn't take the mark. Campbell a chance. And well done by Roberts to rush her behind and kick an own goal. The margin 3 points.
Yes, good play by Ian Roberts. Anyone's game. This is a very, very evenly contested match right from the word go. First half, Swans with a better side. Melbourne with a better side in the third quarter. And this quarter's been very even. Merv Neagle, one of the best players on the ground, kicks it out towards the half-back line. Here's Peter Road. Quick hand pass to Tingay. Over it goes to Steins. Steins towards full forward. The Flyers. And a brilliant mark taken by Tony Campbell.
Yes, that's a great grab there by Campbell in the middle of the pack. In the end, he took a chest mark. A player who's been in and out of the Melbourne side. Had a perfect set there. Wheeler coming from behind, trying to spoil.
Tony Campbell from directly in front. Kicks and has goal.
Margin out to 9 points. Oh, Greg Williams, a great gather in the middle. Bays back to Williams. Williams, a hand pass wide to Bolton. What a top goal.
That was brilliant by Williams, was it?
Magnificent. That's the type of play that Melbourne are really worried about. That's why Peter Road has tagged him everywhere he's gone. But Greg Williams, inspirational play there. Dashing through the centre. Hand pass to Bays, back again to Williams. A long hand pass there from Williams, setting it up for Bolton. And that's just the reply the Sydney Swans wanted.
That was magnificent to watch. From the centre bounce to see that play down the ground. Again, the margin is 3 points. Melbourne have not got this game won yet. Centre of the ground. Here's big Barling. That was terrific play. Here comes Williams again. He's gone wide with this one. Over the back of the pack. Wheeler. Kicked away for Melbourne, though, by Grinter. It's all Swans, though. David Murphy's been fairly quiet. He's got it this time, though, on the left foot. Up to Mackesy. It's hooked down to the ground. Here's Steins again. Out of the full-back area, but it's gone straight to Stephen Wright. Well, this is a great contest at the moment. Steve Wright sets it up for his forwards with a long drop punt. It's 1 on about 4. That might bounce through. No, it won't, because Steins just gets there in time to tap it through. And now the margin is only 2 points in favour of Melbourne. What a game.
Gee, they're both playing as though their lives depend on it. Grinter's kick in. Finds Connolly. Half-back flank. Over the top to a running player in Brett Lovett. Lovett to Yates, centre wing. Yates leaves off. Comes off to Yates, off Glenn Lovett, but intercepted by Murphy. To Roberts. Quick interchange. Higgins. In he goes to Carroll. Swans have lifted in the last couple of minutes after that brilliant goal set up by Williams. White, the hand pass to Phoebe. Phoebe back to Grinter. Oh, great play by Grinter. Confidence. Road.
Yes, that was confidence, because I thought he was going to be claimed then. This is Peter Road to centre wing. Now, is that some shepherding going on there against Rod Carter on Stephen O'Dwyer, and the umpire had a good view of that. Umpire David Howlett.
Well, it's cribbed about 3 metres on the mark.
That's experience for you. There's Steve O'Dwyer. Bring it towards half forward. There's his partner in crime, Steins, and they've taken many marks since half-time, those two. This is Steins. Setting it up for Campbell again. Campbell in front. Fisted away from him. There's Greg Williams cleverly across to right. Out it comes towards Murphy, who ran straight at the ball. That is great play by David Murphy. Fantastic football as he hooks it back. Graham Yates is caught. And the umpire said in the back.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Oh, was it ever. Great tackle by Bolton.
Yeah, I thought it was a top tackle.
Well, this game being played like a final. It's virtually an elimination final for the Swans. They're looking for their 4th win in a row, though. Campbell couldn't get through the pack. The umpire's seen a high tackle.
Oh.
Free kick to Campbell. Well, that is a tough one. And Greg Williams has chipped the umpire. And umpire David Howlett saying, cool it down, son. I'll see you tomorrow morning at the tribunal.
Let's have a look at this again.
The initial tackle was round the waist. Slipped the arm up at the end.
Campbell from 50. A boomer. A great goal.
Eight points the difference now. It'll be hard for the Swans. There is still 12.5 minutes of play left. Bad luck that they got a goal that way, actually, because it was a good, tight, hard contest. There's Viney towards half forward. Flintoff. Healy. Greg Healy into the open goal. It's another one to the Demons.
And that's going to make it very tough for Sydney now. A 14-point break to Melbourne. And again, they won the ball out of the centre. Good ruck work there by Steve O'Dwyer. Greg Healy kicking his 3rd goal, getting it down to the forward line very quickly. Contested again there by the big man, Jimmy Steins.
Gee, Greg Williams is having plenty to say to David Howlett. He hasn't let up on him about that.
And look out, he's got the book out again.
He's going to be reported for chatting him now.
There you are. You could see it coming.
Well, I think he did dive for the book, but I don't think he wrote.
Maybe a warning.
Maybe. Biggest lead for the game, 14 points. Melbourne in front. Hooked out of there by Healy, who kicked the goal. Yates under pressure. Spalding grabbed when he didn't have it. And now the free kicks are starting to go Melbourne's way. They trailed by a long way early on, but now lead 26-21 in free kicks. Campbell with a big climb. It comes here to Viney, and Viney into an open goal.
Oh, let's shut the gate now. Todd Viney kicking his second, and Melbourne racing away to a big advantage. Nothing in it at the start of this final quarter, but the last 3 goals have been kicked by Melbourne. I thought maybe a free kick could have been paid against Campbell there. Not taking the mark, definitely pushing Mark Callard out of position. Let's have a look at that again. Oh, well, see for yourself, it definitely looked as if he pushed him out. If you don't take those marks, it surely should be a free kick.
I think it's a free kick if you do take them, Bernie. If you push the man out of the contest, but 20 points the difference. Here comes Melbourne again through Tingay. A long driving kick. Campbell couldn't quite take it. Here's a hand pass over to Steins. What can he do? Steins against Carter. He's lying on top of the ball. Now he gets it out to Wilson. Smothered off his boot. Here's Barry Mitchell, tackled by Campbell, and the ball is forced through for a behind. There is still time for the Swans if they're good enough. They trail by 21 points, 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes of play left.
Well, it's been a rush of goals in this final term. 5 goals by Melbourne and 2 by the Sydney Swans. Top little hand pass out to Yates from Viney. Short pass, Phoebe. Stephen Phoebe will be kicking from about the 50-metre. Not a bad kick. Right to the goal square. Come on! Not paid to Spalding. Back it comes to Flintoff. Kick across the face of goal for a behind.
Melbourne really playing well in this last 5 minutes. Not last 5 minutes of the game. This past 5 minutes they've been playing very, very good football.
That's 5 behinds to Flintoff.
Neagle, best man in the ground for 3 quarters. There's Tingay over to Glenn Lovett, trying to keep the ball in play. But I think a lot of the sting might have gone out of the Sydney Swans now, Bernie.
Yes, that last 5 minutes has done the damage, hasn't it?
Well, you just can't afford to be continually kicking it up forward and not capitalising. Can cost you games. You haven't got good class forwards.
Steins over the back of Barling. Glenn Lovett to Viney. Centering kick. Almost a mark to Campbell. Play on. Kill it. Still time for the Swans, but they need 4 goals. Good chase by Campbell. Put Kellett off his kick. Well, it comes the Swans' way. Tui picks up. Blast with a long one. It is a long kick. Bounces near the goal square. Mackenzie. Right. A goal.
Melbourne lead the Sydney Swans by 16 points. Parsons is back on the ground, but here's a long kick coming from Tingay towards the full forward line. Can the Swans get out of trouble? They can. Carroll over to Fireland. They need the next goal. Swans badly. He's gone wide. Greg Williams. Long hand pass. Doesn't quite reach the target. Thripp was grabbed. And the umpire said that. Thripp plays on. Over to Williams. And now, you can't play on handball from the free kick, of course. And the umpire onto that.
Well,
and Terry Thripp hangs his head.
That's a rule that's under consideration, of course, Peter, too.
I wish they'd get rid of it.
I agree.
It's at half forward. Well, halfway between centre wing and half forward. Here come the Swans. Thripp. Over it goes to Fireland. Now it's wide to Barry Mitchell. Mitchell over his head to Williams. Williams heads for the boundary line because he was under pressure. And over the line it went.
8.5 minutes remaining. The Swans need 3 goals to win. 16 points the margin in favour of Melbourne. Hooked over his head by Flintoff. Williams sandwiched. Flintoff went without it. Phoebe. Little toe poke to it. And a further one. Tingay a hand pass to Flintoff. Well, that's a beauty. Out to Connolly, who's got a bit of space. Chris Connolly running away from Barling, but Barling gets him. High to half forward. And a mark here to Melbourne, but a push out by Healy. Free kick to the Swans. Roberts.
Ian Roberts goes wide. Dangerous. Oh, Grinter's caught. Taps it on. Here's a chance for Melbourne. Graham Yates from directly in front, kicks and misses, but that was dangerous play by Ian Roberts to kick out there to Callett. 17 points. They still need, that point won't make much difference. They still need 3 goals, and they've got 7.5 minutes of play left in which to do it, the Swans. Irv Neagle would be a pretty tired player. He's had a great day. He's been in fine form. Towards half-back, this is Tui. To Carter. And Rocket Rod Carter coming from the half-back line. Nice-looking kick. Bayes in front. Tapped the ground. Here's Greg Williams still getting the hoots of the crowd. Wanted the handball, and now he gives a low trajectory pass. Meant for Mackesy, but a good mark has been taken by Sean White.
White in the back pocket. Goes for O'Dwyer at centre half-back. Slides off the hand pass to Connolly. It's blocked well. Comes the way of Wright. Dodging, weaving. His little left footer is good to Mackesy. Oh, did he mark it? Umpire paid it. I think he might have just spilt that one. And right on the 50-metre line, he'll have to kick from about 54 metres to clear the man on the mark. That'll test him. Don't think he'd make the distance. Parsons underneath it. At the back, Mitchell.
Well, there's the value of Parsons. At least he led on that occasion. And it left a bit of an opening there in the forward line with Mitchell slipping in. And at least it takes the defenders away from that goal square. Mackesy's kicked just a little bit too high for Parsons, but it takes a taller player out of the action.
And a goal here would put the Swans within 2 goals. He's got it.
He's been a very busy player, Barry Mitchell. That's his 3rd goal. He's had 20 kicks and 6 handballs. One of the very good smaller Sydney Swans players, along with Murphy. Williams, who has been quiet but has still had many possessions today. Well over 20 possessions, and yet we're saying Rhodes done a very good job on him.
$11 points the margin, so 2 straight kicks. Barling against O'Dwyer. Barling gets it to ground. Which way will it go? It's Rod Carter. Oh, sidestep beautifully. Caught with the ball. Over to Stephen Wright. Right to half forward. The Melbourne defence. Try and get it away. That's Phoebe. A quick kick out of defence. Rod Carter again. Drops the ball. In they go after it. Filan lies on top of it. And the umpire will come in and bounce it. Filan should be trying to hit it out at this stage. You've got to get it loose.
Grinter and Wright having a bit of byplay there. Ball up centre wing. 11 points the difference. 5.5 minutes left. Barling wins a beauty. Down to Mitchell. Mitchell's kick is marked by Connolly under a lot of pressure. Connolly goes back. Steins. Steins towards the outer side. The running Greg Healy. Kick by Healy. For Spalding. Knock to the front. Wright is caught. The umpire says it's held in there and he's going to ball it up. Well, the Swans have kicked the last 2 goals. They need 2 more to win, and there's time left.
Melbourne desperately trying to hang on. There's the time clock. 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Down the ground. Here they come. Greg Williams is lifted as he kicks long and wide. He was looking for Tui. There's 2 Melbourne players, though. Oh, the bounce will elude Sean White. Lovett gets it across to Steins. A clever little kick to Phoebe off the side of the boot. Steve Phoebe goes short to Lovett. And they're just holding up the play. Oh, he's off. And the Swans players just stood there and looked. Up towards half-forward. Could have been a push-out on the Melbourne player then. Here's Dennis Carroll. This will be a real contest if the Swans get the next goal. Over the back of the pack is Bolton. Let's see who can get the ball. The loose one will come to the Swans. This is Tui. Over the top to Thripp. Terry Thripp onto the left foot. Fires and misses. Oh. 3 minutes and 55 seconds of play left. The difference is 10 points.
And by gee, Melbourne are good at defending a lead. They've won 7 matches this year by 14 points or less. Kick by White. Long kick. Bayes up with a chance to mark but couldn't. Wilson. Out to Yates. It bounces off Carter and goes out of bounds. 3.5 minutes remaining. 10 points the difference. It's been close all day. But when Melbourne jumped out to a 4-goal lead, it looked all over. But the Swans aren't done with yet. Good hand pass Carter to Wright. Wright to half forward. What a mark that was by Thripp.
Top mark. No one leading. He's got to kick it high again. 2-on-2 contest. The ball hits the deck. Hand pass. It was a high tackle, I think. It was a high tackle on Jimmy Steins, and the umpires picked it up. But that's the perfect time where you must have a forwarder. That was Hawthorn.
Well,
you'd have Dunstall leading straight out.
Yeah, caught behind again.
And they stood back instead of running at Thripp and giving him a moving target. Until they do that, they'll never kick many goals, Swans. This is Steins towards the half-back line. O'Dwyer. Oh, silly hand pass to Greg Healy, but it might come off. Back it comes to O'Dwyer. Long hand pass. Oh, it's a loose one with Greg Williams to Steve Wright. Wright is caught and loses it. Hand pass over the top comes to Filan. Filan goes wide, straight in the hands of Spalding. Smothered off his boot, and over the line it goes half forward for the Swans.
Well, Greg Williams has come right into it. 24 possessions now, and he'd had just 9 to half-time. Comes down to Filan. Williams another one to Wright. He's kicked to half forward, bounces in no man's land, but a good gather by Connolly on the bounce. A magnificent hand pass to Wilson. Wilson straight to centre half forward. Flintoff got there on the half volley. Well, the umpires have paid the mark. Hope not. Free kick.
He paid the mark.
Yep, the mark's been paid.
Gee whiz. Wouldn't like to be given out at cricket with that one. Flintoff to full forward. At the back, Campbell.
He's done it well up there at full forward, Campbell, in this final quarter. Shooting for his 3rd goal. And he's given Mark Callett 3rd goal for the quarter, that is. 4th goal for the match.
Campbell can bury the Swans with this. Oh, it's poster. So the Swans are still in it with 1.5 minutes left. 2 goals can win it.
He's got to wait till the umpire waves the flag. Now, that's good thinking. Straight down the centre of the ground. They've got to get a quick goal. Oh, they're a chance because Tui's taken a big mark over the top. Now, he's got a running player there. They need something magical here from Murphy. Let's see what he can do. As he's been tackled, hand pass to Rod Carter. What's he doing up there? Good play by the big fullback. Over he goes to Thripp. Thripp on the left foot sets it up. They need a mark here, the Swans. Parsons can't take it, and take it away is Conley. Conley goes wide to Greg Healy. Time running out as for the Swans, it is, as Melbourne desperately defend. This is Greg Healy coming around the boundary line, sets it up for O'Dwyer, and those big men starting to be a telling factor in this game.
55 seconds left. O'Dwyer kicks into the man on the mark. Mitchell. The ball held in, and the ball up will use up time, and I think that's done the Swans for the season. What an effort they've put up today. And I think Greg Williams might still have something to say to the umpires as he leaves the ground, because he had plenty to say a while ago on a controversial free kick. Half a minute left. Out will do Melbourne. Well, the Swans led by a point at quarter time, 4 points at half time. Melbourne led by 2 points at three-quarter time, and they look like winning it by 11. Right, desperate. Was he holding it? No, the umpire's going to ball it up, and this will be the last bit of play for the match. Melbourne lead 98-87. So Melbourne have had another close victory, and they break their losing streak. They'd lost 3 in a row, but they bounced back today. Greg Williams has been reported, but Melbourne solidify their place in the top 5. They're in 4th place on the ladder. 14-14-98 to 12-15-87. And Greg Williams, the first player off the ground, he sprinted off. Dejection there from the Sydney players who gave their all here today, but elation for Melbourne. Greg Healy, the captain, being congratulated by Rod Grinter. Mind you, Melbourne's form still isn't as good as it was earlier in the season. They had to fight all the way to beat 7th place the Swans. That'll give them something to go on with for the finals, only 3 weeks away. Final scores here: Melbourne 14-14-98, Sydney 12-15-87.
And so the Demons running out victorious in a close one all day, 14-14 to 12-15. For Melbourne, Healy 3 and Campbell 3, their major goal kickers. And for the Sydney Swans, Mitchell 3 and Mackenzie 3. To face the tribunal, Greg Williams. He'll be facing abusive language and striking charges when the tribunal convenes at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and Scott Palmer will have further details a little bit later on during Saturday night. Melbourne and Collingwood now back in the 5, level on 44 points with Fitzroy, but the Magpies have a much superior percentage. And going down the bottom, it's rather interesting. Brisbane didn't play today, but they moved off the bottom by 0.5% after the Tigers copped a toweling at the Western Oval. There's plenty happening tonight in Melbourne, and most of it is up at the offices of the Sunday Sun. We go to Scott Palmer after this break. Back